हम सभी के जीवन में बहुत ही
याद
अलग
करते हैं।
रंग लेकर आया है। किसी ने नहीं सोचा था कि ऐसा निकलेगा। 2020 सुनने में तो बड़ा अच्छा लगता था। विजन 2020 बड़ा कहा जाता था कि ये साल कुछ अच्छा होगा, लेकिन अच्छा हुआ, लेकिन एक अलग सेंस में कुछ नया ही हम सीख गए हैं। और 2021 के कगार पे खड़े हैं, उसका भी कुछ पता नहीं है। और हमने सबने एक्सपीरियंस किया अनिच्चा इन इट्स अ वेरी वेरी रॉ फॉर्म। तो आज हम इकट्ठा हुए हैं कि हम इस नए साल के अंदर एक साथ प्रवेश करें। और आज का प्रोग्राम कुछ इस प्रकार है कि अभी हम शुरू करेंगे प्रेजेंटेशन से। एक भद्देक रत्त सुत्त के ऊपर हरी जी प्रेजेंटेशन देंगे। और उसके बाद फिर कुछ चांस करेंगे हम। और उसके बाद रात को 12 बजे लुंगपोर वीर धम्मो, जो कि कनाडा में हैं, और सबसे वन ऑफ द सीनियर मोस्ट मंक्स इन थाई फॉरेस्ट ट्रेडिशन। वी आर वेरी लकी कि वो हमें ज्वाइन करेंगे और धम्म देसना देंगे। उनके ज्वाइन करने से पहले उनकी लाइफ और टीचिंग्स पे एक छोटा सा वीडियो प्रेजेंटेशन भी चलाया जाएगा। तो विदाउट फर्दर अडू, आई विल जस्ट हैंड इट ओवर टू सर फॉर द ओपनिंग चांस एंड ऑल्सो टू फॉर अ फ्यू वर्ड्स, सर।
Thank you, Deepti. Thank you very much. So we have a very special occasion. तो हमने सोचा कि इसको एक नए साल की एक टेंडेंसी रहती है मनाने की, हमने सोचा हम भी मना लेते हैं एक धार्मिक तरीके से। और हालांकि पैंडेमिक से परेशानियां बहुत हुई, लेकिन उसके हर चीज़ के कुछ ना कुछ फ़ायदे होते हैं। तो ये फ़ायदा पहली बार देखने को मिला कि हम लोग वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में भी साधना कर सकते हैं। और पिछले 9 महीने से हम रोज सुबह शाम मिल रहे हैं, जितने भी 10, 20, 15 लोग, और कभी संडे के दिन ज़्यादा, और साथ बैठ के ध्यान करते हैं। हालांकि इट इज स्टिल वर्चुअल, बट एटलीस्ट इट इज बेटर देन नथिंग। सो thanks to the technology for that. I have been a very strong critic of technology throughout my life. I think this is one of the great blessings, and I think Ravi must be smiling that Professor Dhar is saying it is gratitude to technology. So let's begin by paying preliminary homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and then we'll request Hariji to make the presentation. Yoso Bhagavahan Samma Sambuddho Sakhato Yena Bhagavata Dhammo Supatipanno Yassa Bhagavato Savak Sangho Dhammayang Bhagavantam Sadhammang Sasangham Imehi Sarkare Yatarham Aropitehi Abhipujayama Sadhuno Vante Bhagava Suchira Parinibhutopi Pachima Janatanukampamanasa Ime Sakkare Dhugatapana Karabhute Pativanhatu Amhakam Vivarata Hitaya Sukhaya Arhan Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Savak Sangho Sangham Namami Anmayang Buddhasya Bhagavato Purvabhagnamakaram Karumase Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. आज की रात को शुभ बनाने के लिए मुझे लगा कि एक भगवान का प्रवचन है बंदे का रत्ता सुत्ता, उसका लिटरल ट्रांसलेशन है एन ऑस्पिशियस नाइट। हालांकि उसके बहुत सारे स्कॉलर्स ने कई सारे मतलब निकाले हैं, बट लिटरल ट्रांसलेशन है एन ऑस्पिशियस नाइट। सो मुझे लगा कि इसकी हम इस सूत्र को पढ़ के हम देख सकते हैं हाउ टू मेक अवर नाइट ऑस्पिशियस टुडे दिस नाइट। एंड द मोस्ट सुटेबल स्पीकर फॉर दिस हमारे हरि, जो धम्मारामा में हमारे गेस्ट हैं, और he's waiting for the new dawn to come in his life, and I thought he'll be the most appropriate person to read this sutta. So over to you, Hari. You'll have to speak partly in Hindi. Try it out.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Is this well visible? I guess. Is the slide visible?
Yeah, they're visible.
Yes, yes. So, good evening and welcome everyone. Okay, start with like Sir gave a translation of this title, which is An Auspicious Night, and like that there are numerous translations. And this presentations, we would like to emphasize on what are the qualities that Buddha emphasizes or Buddha ascribes in a person to have one auspicious or one fortunate night. So for the simplicity of the presentation, I might refer it as one fine night. Okay, just to ensure that we emphasize more on the qualities that the Buddha ascribes for having that one fine night. So to start with, some of the things that the Lord emphasizes is, first one is the relentless practice, both day and night. So if we look at the historical, some of the past suttas, we find that the Buddha gives a short instruction or a minimal instruction to a monk, and then he goes to the forest, and then he practices day and night with that simple instruction. So, and all that monk knows is about what is the time for the alms round, because there will be some cues either from the sunlight or from the shade of the small plants or the trees around. He will gauge the time of the alms round, and apart from that time, he would be practicing day and night towards his liberation. So that is the first quality that the Buddha emphasizes in this sutta. And the other one is our urgency of practice in contemplating the death. So the Lord says that if there is an in-breath that goes in, then there is no guarantee that there will be an out-breath. So such uncertain is the life of not only human being, but all beings. And the third one that this sutta clearly comes out is, we have a misunderstanding that meditation means being in the present, not dwelling in the past, no going to the future, but being in the present. So see, the Lord somehow cutthroats that misunderstanding, and he clarifies merely being in the present is not sufficient. And the importance of this sutta can be very well understood through the Vibhanga Vagga, where these same verses in the Bhadegharutta Sutta is expounded in 4 different suttas, and it is explained very well. So, other than this Bhadegharutta Sutta, in Ananda Bhadegharutta Sutta, the Ananda actually expounds this sutta to group of monks, then we find that Buddha walks in and he again expounds the same verses to the monks. And a variant of this sutta can also be seen in Mahakachana Sutta, Mahakachana Bhadegrata Sutta, and Loma Saghangiya. So whoever is keenly interested in this, I would request to, they can also try and go through these variants. So coming to the structure of this exposition, we find that the Lord starts with the dwelling in the past. What is it and how one should not dwell in the past? And then he moves on to the expectations for the future. What is that and how not to do that? Then the key point is that he expounds how to be in the present and how this differs between an untrained and a well-trained person. And through this, he brings out the emergence of the self-view. And he also points out 4 ways in which the self clings to the aggregate. And the most important is the verses, which is the Bhadegrata Gada, which he expounds in the beginning and also towards the end of the sutta. So with a very good wish that this Dhamma benefit many, I offer it to everyone in this community. Okay, and here we go. So this structure of the slide, if you look at the left hand, you will find the English translation, and the right will be Pali. And at the bottom of the slide, you will find some of the important Pali English translations. Okay. Evam me sudam egam samayam bhagava savatyam viharadi jedavane anatha pindigasa arame tatrago bhagava bhikkhu hamandesi bhikkhodi. So he says that the Lord at that time was staying in Savatthi, in Jedvan monastery in Jedvan's grove in Anatha Pindika's monastery. At that time, he addressed the mendicants, the bhikkhus, and they responded, what is social. And then Buddha said this. Veddegarattasavo bhikkhave udesanja vibhanganja dese sami. Udesanja means recitation or exposition, and vibhanga means distribution or analysis. And he says that I shall teach you the passage on the recitation and analysis of the one fine night. Sunada sadhugam manasigaroda vasisamiti, which means sadhugam means thoroughly. Manasigaroda means before your mind and listen carefully to this teaching. And then he goes on to explain the verses, which is the Bhadegrata Gada. So initially, so as we go along the sutta, we will understand each and every word of this Gada. So I will just chant initially, and then towards the end, I will explain in detail each of these things. Aditam nanvagameya napadikange anagadam yadadidam pahinandam appakancha anagadam Chupannancha yo dhammam tatta tatta vipassati asamhiram asanguptam tam vidvamanubruhai ajjeva kicca matapam kojanya maranam suve nahi no sangaram tena mahasenena machuna. He says that these are the qualities.
Just 1 minute. Yes. Just 1 minute, Hari. हिंदी में ये हमारी चैंटिंग बुक में पेज 53 पे इसका ट्रांसलेशन उपलब्ध है हिंदी में, तो आप लोग अगर चाहें तो उसको देख सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी चैंटिंग बुक का पार्ट भी है ये। एक शुभ रात्रि की गाथाएं, पेज 53 हमारी जो हिंदी की चैंटिंग पुस्तिका है। या प्लीज कैरी ऑन।
Yeah, thank you. So he says that a person who has to have a one fine night, he has to work in this in the qualities in the way that the Lord prescribes in these 3 stanzas. And he concludes that evam viharim atabim ahorattam adandidam ve baddegaratto disanto achikade muni. And so he starts with aditam, which means the past. So dwelling in the past. Adanta bhikkave aditam anvagamedi. Adidam means past. If you look at the bottom, it's there. Anvagamedi means follow. So how does one follow the past? He goes on to explain the first line, which is Evam Rupo Ahosim Adidam Adhanandi Adhanandim Samanvaniti. So such a form, Evam Rupo means such a form, Ahosi, which existed. So this points to the aggregate, group aggregate, which has already arisen and ceased. And Adidam Adhanandani, Adidam Adhanandi. So it is split as Adida and Adhana, which is past course of samsara. So in that, Tatha means in that, he finds delight. Finds Samanvanedi means find, and delight, Nandi is delight. So he finds delight in the aggregate which has already arisen and ceased. And it is put in a better word by Thanissara Bhikkhu, and he puts it as one gets carried away with the delight of in the past I had such a form or a body. And the same applies to Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara and Vijnana. Evam Vedano Ahosim Adidam Taddanandim Samanvanedi. Evam Sanyo Ahosim Adidam Taddanandim Samanvanedi. Evam Sangaro Ahosim Adidam Taddanandim Samanvanedi. Evam Vijnano Ahosim Adidam Taddanandim Samanvanedi. So this is how one dwells in the past. He moves on to explain Kadancha Bhikkhave Adidam Na Anvagamedi. Anvagamedi means follow, Adidam means past, and Na Anvagamedi means how does one does not follow the past. And the only difference is Evam Rupo Ahosim Adidam Adhanandi Adhanandim Na Samanvani. It means he does not find delight in the past aggregate that has arisen, or he does not find delight in thinking that I had such a form in the past. So this has got two interpretations. One is that he does not, he goes on to the past, but does not take delight in that. And the second interpretation is, does not even find delight in going to the past itself. So these two interpretations are there. And this interpretation goes on for all the other aggregates, that is Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara and Vijnana. Evam Sanyo Ahosim Adidam Adhanandi Taddanandim Na Samanvaniti. Evam Sangaro Ahosim Adidam Adhanandi Taddanandim Na Samanvaniti. Evam Vijnano Ahosim Adidam Adhanandi Taddanandim Na Samanvaniti. Evam Ko Bhikkhave Adidam Na Anvagamedi. And now he speaks about how does one build expectations about the future. And Kadancha Bhikkhave Anagadam Adhigangadi. So here Adida gets replaced by Anagadam. Anagada in the bottom, if you look at, it says Anagada is future, or which has not yet arrived, and Adhigangadi means wishes or longings for. Okay, and Evam Rupo Siyam Anagadam Adhanandi Adhanandim Samanvaniti. So such a form, Siyam means that belong to our expectations. It actually points to an aggregate which has not yet arisen. Okay, and Anagada means future or not arrived, and Adhana is the course of time. So he finds delight. In an aggregate which has not yet arisen, in the samsaric journey. And this in a meaningful way is translated as one build expectations with the delight that in the future I might have such a form. Okay, and this gets repeated for all the other khandhas, that is Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara and Vijnana. Evam Vijnano Siyam Anagadam Adhanandi Taddanandim Samanvaneti. And then he says, how does one does not build any expectations for the future? Which is Kadancha Bhikkhave Anagadam na padigangadi. So padigangadi means wishes or longings for the future. So na padigangadi means he does not build expectations on that. So evam rupo siyam anagadam adanandi adanandim na samanvaneti. It means he does not find delight in an aggregate which has not yet arisen in his samsaric journey. Okay. So this goes on for all the other 5 khandas, like evam vedano siyam anagadam adhanandi adanandim na samanvaneti. And in the end he says evam ko bhikkave anagadam na padigangadi. And then he says, then the Lord moves on to says how we can be in the present. And so Adanta bhikkave pachupannesu dhammesu samhiradi. So pachupannesu, pachupanna means that has presently arisen. Pachupannesu dhamma that has presently arisen. And here he uses a particular word called samhiradi. Samhiradi means one is shaken. So here, if you look at the English translation, it is a beautiful word called falter. Falter means one is not able to sustain the momentum. Although presently Dhamma has arisen, but he is not able to sustain that strength of that insight. His insight is getting shaken. And in this stanza, he basically, the Lord characterizes the characteristics of a untrained Pudujano, worldling, and he uses 3 words like Addasavi, Akovido, and Avinito. Okay. Dasavi means one who has seen the Dhamma or one who has seen a virtuous person, and Kovido means who is skilled in the noble Dhamma and who has received the teachings from a virtuous person. And Vinito means who has learned the noble Dhamma and who has received the teachings from a Sapurisa, which is a virtuous person. So the untrained person has not received any of these. And moreover, he is a asutta, which means he is an ignorant. So in an ignorant person, what happens is slightly summarized in this slide, where ignorant person, he lacks the knowledge of the 4 noble truth, and the dependent origination, the knowledge is absent in him. And the 3 characteristics, which is the anicca, dukkha, and anatta, that is also missing in him. So in the mind, even though the Dhamma has arisen, but instead of the knowledge or the insight, what gets replaced by it, what gets substituted is the views, which are ditthi. So these views are actually erroneous opinions. And what happens is the mind goes into an internal contradiction and an incompatibility. And because of the conditioning of the mind, craving also arises. And among the different views, what happens is the craving fuels or strengthens the personality view, and it turns the entire craving into a clinging, and the self gets clung down to an aggregate. And during this process, there is an intellectual justification, which actually satisfies all the internal contradictions and incompatibility which arose in the mind. So Buddha actually points out 4 different ways in which the self gets linked into the aggregates. And he also gives 4 similes to explain that. We'll just see how this, how the relationship, how the self gets clung down to the aggregate. So he says that Rupam mattato samanupassadi rupavandam vattanam attaniva rupam rupasmim vattanam, which means Rupam mattato samanupassadi. He regards form as self, self as having form, and form inside the self or self inside the form. So now I'll just explain the 4 similes which the Buddha used to help us to understand these clinging characteristics. It is better to understand the the way in which the self thinks, the characteristics, rather than getting carried away in the simile itself. So the first one says that the self, the untrained person regards the aggregate as a self, just as the flame and the color is indistinguishable. Here it communicates the indistinguishable characteristics of the self with the aggregate. And it is, in Pali, it is communicated as Atto Samanupasadi. Samanupasadi means way of regarding. So it basically communicates an indistinguishable nature between the self and the aggregate. And the second simile, it says that self as possessing the aggregate, just as he possesses the shadow. So this simile communicates the possessive nature of the self with the aggregate. Okay. And through the word, the Pali wording is Rupam va Attanam, or Vinyanavandam va Attanam. And in the third simile, it says that self is inside the aggregate, or self is in the aggregate, just as scent is in a flower. So we find, so this basically gives an encapsulating nature of the self. Okay. How the self encapsulates and holds the aggregate. So the Pali wording is Attaniva Rupam, or Attaniva Vedanam, or Attaniva Sanyam. So like that it goes. So there could be some difficulty in understanding. We can also take it as, okay, suppose one interpretation is, we say that a person with an aura, okay, there is an aura surrounding the person, and the body of the person is within that aura. So in that way, the encapsulating nature of the self can be seen. And in this one, he gives characteristic that self is inside the aggregate, just as jewel is inside the casket. So it basically communicates a locative nature of the self. So the self is situated in one of the aggregate, and it is Rupam, Rupasmimva Attanam. I think this is very easy to relate, as we find that in the past also we had a belief that inside the body, okay, near to the heart region, the soul or the Atta is there. So in that way, the body, this self is within the aggregate. So in that way, it is easy to understand. So, and here the most important word is the Samhiradi, which is given at the end of this passage. So what happens is, an untrained person, he is shaken by craving and view of the self. So now I was just explaining the simile. So just to explain the aggregate, each of the aggregate using that simile, I will just detail it for Rupa alone. So here he says that he regards, an untrained person regards the form as self, the body as self. So basically he is unable to distinguish between the body and the self. So in that way, the aggregates, self gets clung to the aggregate. And the second way, we find that the self as possessing the form or the body. So many a times when we find that in many occasions when we are able to control a situation, then we find that our self is possessing the body. That sort of an wrong view arises in us. And the third one is the form in the self, where we feel that the body is inside the self. Just I was just the example of aura that is encapsulating the body. And the last one is the self is inside the form. Okay, where we said that inside the body, near to the heart area, people believe that the Atta existed there. So these are the 4 ways in which the Buddha says that the self and the aggregates get clung. And I would be pleasantly surprised if anyone completely understands this. The intent of explaining this simile was to initiate the thought process, and this is very well explained in the Samyukta Nikaya, in the commentary in a sutta, which is the Nakulapita Sutta. In the commentary, the Bhikkhu Bodhi has explained this. I would, the intent is to make your attention to focus or reread those commentaries and get a much deeper insight into the simile that the Buddha used. And the other lines, he continues it for each of the other aggregate. Vedanam attado samanupassadi vedanavandam vattanam attani va vedanam vedanasmim vattanam sanyam attado samanupassadi sanyavandam vattanam attani va sanyam sanyasmim vattanam Sankharam attado samanupassadi sankharavandam vattanam attani va sankharam sankharasmim vattanam Vinyanam attado samanupassadi vinyanavandam vattanam attani va vinyanam vinyanasmim vattanam. Now the Buddha explains how a well-trained person differs compared to an untrained person by being in the present. And here the Lord uses Pachuppannesu Dhammesu na samhiradi. So samhiradi means shaken, which also implies the person, the untrained worldling, was dragged along by craving and views because of the lack of insight. So na samhiradi means he does not get shaken. And the trained person's characteristics, as I explained before, so it is through 3 words. He said Dasavi, he has seen the Dhamma and received, he's seen the Dhamma and seen the noble or the virtuous person. The Kovido means he is skilled in the noble teachings and he has received those noble teachings from virtuous person. And Suvinido means he has learned, he has trained in the noble Dhamma and trained it from a virtuous person. Such a person, when the Dhamma arises, he does not regard na rupam attado. He does not regard form in the self. He does not regard form in the self, nor self as having the form or possessing the form, nor form inside the self, nor self inside the form. And this applies to all the other khandas. Navinyanam attado samanupassadi navinyanavandam vattanam na attani va vinyanam navinyanasmim vattanam. So like that, he explains that for none of the khandas, there is a clinging between the self and the aggregate. And this is how evam ko bhikkhave pachuppannesu dhammesu na samhiradi. And here a beautiful expression of na samhiradi can be taken as contemplation of the present moment without being misled into the adoption of self-view through the insight. So which means that the trained person, he gradually develops the impermanence, suffering, the non-self, then disenchantment in the presently arisen aggregate, and dispassion, cessation, and padinisaga, relinquishing it. So this na samhiradi is also used in the verses as word called asamhiram. Asamhiram means not shaken by craving or delight or unshakable. Okay. And now we go on to explain the Gatha. So Adidam means past. Nanvagameya means he does not follow the past. Nappadigange, he does not.
Can you read it in Hindi from the booklet?
Booklet, huh?
That will be good because many people will be able to appreciate it better. Huh? Page 53. If you have difficulty, then we can request Deepthi to read it.
This one, huh? It's very difficult, sir.
Okay, then Deepti will read it out, okay?
Sure, sir. One moment.
पाली भी पढ़ देना और हिंदी का ट्रांसलेशन दोनों ही पढ़ देना. So Hari will listen Pali and Hindi will figure out that this is what it means in English.
Yes. अंधमयंग भद्देक रत गाथायो भणामसे. आए हम एक शुभ रात्रि की गाथाओं का पाठ करें. अतीतं नावगमेय नपिटित कंखे अनागतं. यदतीतं पहीनं तं अपतंच अनागतं. अतीत को याद न करें, न भविष्य की आकांक्षा करें. अतीत का प्रहाण हो चुका है, भविष्य अभी नहीं आया है. Shall I continue, sir?
Yeah, continues.
पच्चुपन्नं च यो धम्मं तदत्थ तदत्थ विपස්සति. असहिरं असंकुपं तं विद्धाम अनुभूय. जो स्थिति वर्तमान में है उसे वैसे ही स्पष्ट देखें. स्थिर अक्षुब्ध रहते हुए प्रतिवेदन या अंतर्दृष्टि को विकसित करें. अज एव किंचम आतपं को जन्य मरणं सुवे. नहीं नो संगरं तेन महा सेनेना मच्चुना. आज ही तप करें, कौन जाने कल मृत्यु हो जाए. मृत्यु की महान सेना से कोई सौदा नहीं हो सकता. एवं विहारिम आतापिं अहोरत्तम अतंदितं. तं वे भद्द एक रत्तोति संतो आचिख्यते मुनि. इस प्रकार दिन रात निरंतर अतंद्रिल रहते हुए तपरत रहना, वह एक शुभ रात्रि है. शांत मुनिवर ने यह सिखाया है.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Deepti. So as she said, Atitam means past and Nanvagameya means does not follow the past. Nappatikangade means do not bring hopes or expectations in the future. Anagadam means future. Yadadidam pahinam tam. Whatever adida, whatever has passed is already ceased. And appatanja means it has not arrived. The future. Anagada is future. Future has not arrived. And Pachupannanta Yodhammam, in the presently arisen state, see it clearly in every arisen state. Asamhiram, Asankupam. Asamhiram means see it in an unshakable way, which means should not be carried away by craving and delight, craving and views. Asankupam means in an unwavering way. Anvidva Manubruhaye, which means cultivate that characteristics continuously. So that is what Manubruhe, or human being, please cultivate that characteristics. That is what he is saying. And Ajeva means today. Kitchamatapam. Kitcha means work. Atapa, with the seal of a Muni, is today work ardently. Kojanya Maranam Suve. Kojanya, who knows? Suve means tomorrow. Maranam, tomorrow death might come. Nahi no Sangaram Tena. No bargain can be stuck with the Mahasenena Machuna, with the army of the death. Okay. And one who dwells with all these qualities, Evam Viharim, one who dwells with all these in the above way, and Atap, with the quality of an Atapi. So one who works with the seal of a meditator. Ahorattam Adandidam, day and night, relentlessly practicing. He is the one who has one fight night. He is the one who has a Bedegaratta. And this was said by the peaceful sage, which is Santo Achikde Munindi. And then the sutta ends. Bedegaratta Savo Bhikkave Ude Sanja Vipanganja Dese Samiti Idiyantam udam idhamedam padicca uttanti. Idhamavoja bhagava atmanade bhikkhu bhagavado bhasidam abhinandanti. The monks are delighted, and this is the end of the Sutta. Betegaratta Suttam Nitidam Padhamam. Thank you, and any.
Thank you. So we have some time, few minutes for any questions. Anybody else? Any comments, questions, queries? We can discuss for a few minutes. Then we'll have the chanting.
क्वेश्चन सर से डायरेक्टली पूछ सकते हैं अपने आप को अनम्यूट करके. Sir, if I could ask, sir, that what is the essence of this sutta?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask Hari to summarize. Yes,
Okay.
Hari.
The essence is summarized in the word asamhiradi, unshaken. Unshaken means even though the presently arising state is presently Dhamma we have seen, the view we get scared. In an ignorant person, what happens is he gets carried away by the view of the self, and his self gets clung into the aggregate. So he should cultivate his insight in a steady and a progressive way, so that asamhiram, in an unshakable way. So that is the main essence of this sutta.
Thank you.
इसकी जो एसेंस है बेटा, वो हमने जो हिंदी में पढ़ा ना, उससे काफी स्पष्ट हो जाती है. मुख्य बात यह है कि हम जब साधना करते हैं तो जो भी मन स्थिति उत्पन्न होती है, धम्म का मतलब whatever is the mental content, whatever arises. In fact, in the broad sense, it means whatever we experience. शरीर पे, मन में जो भी एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं, वो हमको हिलाए ना, हमको कंपायमान ना करे, हमको बेचैन ना करे, हम समता बना के रख सकें, उपेक्षा भाव से उसको देख सकें. इसी को संखार उपेक्षा भी कहा जाता है कि हम जो भी अराइज हो रहा है उसको जाने और बेचैन ना हो. तो जो सम्मा सती की परिकल्पना है सतीपट्ठान में, वही बात कही जा रही है, उसी को समझाया जा रहा है कि अगर हम दिन और रात इस परिस्थिति में रहेंगे तो हमारी चित्त जो है हमेशा धीरे धीरे विल हैव ए रियली अ गुड टाइम. आई मीन इफ आई पुट इट इन वेरी सिंपल वर्ड्स, कि ये हमारे लिए एक शुभ रात्रि होगी कि हम बगैर बेचैन हुए निरंतरता से सजग रहें, जो कुछ भी हो रहा है उसको जानते रहें. और उसके फिर जानने के कई लेवल हो सकते हैं. एक लेवल तो ये है कि मैं दृष्टा भाव से जान रहा हूँ. दूसरा ये कि मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि दृष्टा भी कोई नहीं है, एक अजान सुमेरो जैसे हमारे को बार बार समझाते हैं, अवेयरनेस है सब में, और वो अवेयरनेस जान रही है कि क्या हो रहा है, और हम किसी से चिपक नहीं रहे. जो जाना जा रहा है हम उससे चिपक नहीं रहे, क्योंकि जाना क्या जाएगा, कोई थॉट आएगा, कोई वेदना होगी, या शरीर में कुछ होगा, तो जो खंड है वही जाने जाते हैं. उन खंडों के प्रति हमारा कहीं पे भी चिपकाव ना हो जाए. तो अगर चिपकाव नहीं होगा तो हम there will be no I doing anything. Things are going on, happening, and there's just a sati and panya which is operating. There's no me operating anymore. तो उस सेंस में ये जो हमारी साधना का एसेंस है, जैसे पर हमें समझाते हैं, वो इसमें एनकैप्सुलेटेड.
Sir, it was also mentioned that have a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly it means, because that has a tendency to bring up the self to become somebody.
Yeah. Sense of urgency, the way I look, of course, if you see the look up the suttas, there are so many suttas there. Sense of urgency is pointed out with fantastic similes, like you're carrying a bowl of oil, and if any oil drop falls down, there's a person standing with a big sword and he'll chop off your head, and you're passing through a big tamasha going on. Now, that's the kind of sense of urgency given. Or that as if your head is on fire, and what will you do? Would you at that time think about worldly pleasures and sensory delight? No, you'll think about quenching the fire. So that's the kind of sense urgency. Basic idea, the way I look at it, is that we should not be wasting our time in trivialities. We should not. We tend to lose a lot of time in trivialities. And if you are mindful, basically, the more and more mindful we become, more sati is there, more panya is there, automatically will become, the urgency will automatically arise. So it is only a sort of incentivizing us that please be more and more mindful, more and more wise, so that you know what is right and what to be done and where we ought to put our attention. Quite often our attention gets frittered away by things of the world which seem very urgent and important, and it's true of all of us really. As householders, we have a tendency to get captivated by things which are obviously important. So, and to be able to see in their true sense is what is being pointed out. That's how I look at it. That's why that Mogaraja Sutta appeals to me greatly, and I try to reflect on it again and again for I don't know how many months and years it has been going on. You know, look at the world as empty. You know, this gives Mogaraja questions Buddha that you understand Hindi, Shilesh, or no?
Partially, yes.
Okay, then I'll speak in English.
No, Hindi is fine.
तो वो जो भगवान से वो मोगराज जो प्रश्न करता है, वो प्रश्न करता है कि आप मुझे ये बताइए क्या करूं मैं जिससे कि मृत्यु मेरे को देख ना सके. Puts it such a beautiful poetic manner so that the king of death cannot see me. That's the question. It's such a small sutta, in Udana. And he says, the Lord says to him, Mogaraja, Shunyato lokam avekhanto. Look at the world as empty. Then sada sato, be always mindful. So these are the kind of things which is advised. Shunyatam lokam avekhanto, Mogaraja sada sato. And the third thing is that something more is also there. And give up the sensory delights. Give up the sensory delights. Don't get attracted by sensory pleasures.
Thank you, sir.
Seeing the world as empty has been a great challenge for me. So, and that's really, empty doesn't mean it is useless or it is, we get averse to it, but I don't take it to have some deeper sense in it as it seems apparently. The things in the world which are happening, they seem so urgent and so important because we look at it from a limited perspective. So if our perspective becomes broad and overarching perspective, then we see the role of Earth in the whole cosmos is infinitesimal. What about our role in the cosmos? So those kind of reflections help us to create a more sense of urgency, because they remove our attention from what is not urgent.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I think maybe we can move into now starting the chanting.
Yeah. Okay. Good. तो chanting करते हैं. आज हम जैसे हमने कार्यक्रम में लिखा है मेत्ताभरणम ब्रह्म विहारम से की साधना जप। हमारी जो हिंदी की चैंटिंग बुक में पेज 30, 31, 32, 33 ये 4 पेज में चैंट करेंगे।
सर क्या हम सिर्फ पाली में चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं?
दोनों में, पाली में पहले फिर हिंदी में।
Sir, there are some of our friends in outside of India have also joined. So for their benefit, if we can call out on what pages we are reading in the English chanting book, then possibly they might be able to join.
Can you do that, please?
Yeah, I'll just open it. Sir, which is the chant you said?
Page 30, Mettaphernam Karomase. Handmayang Mettaphernam Karomase. The third or fourth after the morning evening chanting. You are looking at Vatman Anachat book or the
Yes, sir.
Amravati?
That's the one I have handy.
Dipti, I think it's page number 32 only, reflection of universal well-being.
Yeah. Yes. So we are chanting the reflections on universal well-being, first in Pali and followed by Hindi. That's the local language for Indians. So please.
This year has been rather tough for all of us, for whole of humanity. तो इस वर्ष की कठिनाइयां देखते हुए बहुत सौहृदय मन से, हृदय से सबके लिए शुभकामना, सार्वभौमिक कल्याण की शुभकामना. You can visualize people and see that the thoughts come from the deep sense of good wishes for the people. Basically, metta means good wishes, goodwill, and they should reverberate in if to the extent they reverberate in our body, we let the vibrations also go around and chant it with full heartfulness. Handmayang mettaphernam karomase. Ahang sukhito homi. Niddukho homi. Avero homi. Ambapajjo homi. Anigo homi. Sukhi attanang pariharami. Sabbe satta sukhita hontu. Sabbe satta avera hontu. Sabbe satta abhyapajja hontu. Sabbe satta aniga hontu. Sabbe satta sukhi attanang pariharantu. सर्वे सत्ता सर्व दुःखापमुच्यन्तु। सर्वे सत्ता लब्ध संपत्तितो मा विगच्छन्तु। सर्वे सत्ता कम्मस्य का कम्मदायादा कम्मयोनि कम्मबन्धु कम्मपटिसरण यं कम्मं करिष्यन्ति कल्याणं वा पापकं वा तस्य दायादा भविष्यन्ति। I request Rajendra ji to chant in Hindi because he does it very well in Hindi. Rajendra ji.
आए हम मैत्री भावना को सभी ओर व्याप्त करें। मैं सुखी हूँ, दुख से मुक्त हूँ, वैर से मुक्त हूँ, द्वेष से मुक्त हूँ, चिंता से मुक्त हूँ। मैं सुखपूर्वक अपना संरक्षण कर सकूं। सभी प्राणी सुखी हों, सभी प्राणी वैर से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी द्वेष से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी चिंता से मुक्त हों, सभी प्राणी सुखपूर्वक अपना संरक्षण कर सकें। सभी प्राणी सभी दुखों से मुक्त हों। सभी प्राणियों की संपत्ति उनसे दूर न हो। सभी प्राणी अपने कर्मों के स्वामी हैं। कर्म ही उनकी विरासत है, कर्म ही उनकी योनि है, कर्म ही उनका बंधु है, कर्म ही उनकी शरण है। जैसे भी कर्म करेंगे, कुशल अथवा अकुशल, वही उनकी विरासत बनेंगे।
Now we'll recite the Brahma Viharas. सभी दिशाओं में उनको व्याप्त करने का अभ्यास करेंगे। I'll do it in Pali and Rajendra ji, my brother, will do it in Hindi. Annamayan chaturapamanya ubhasanam karomase metta sahagaten chetasa ekam disang paritva viharati tatha dutiyang tatha tatiyang tatha chatutthang इति उद्धम अधोतिरियं सम्बधि सम्बत्तताय सम्भावन्तं लोकं मित्ता सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महद्गतेन अपमानेन अवेरेन अव्यापज्येन फरित्वा विहरति। दसों दिशाओं में मैत्री का भाव व्याप्त करते हैं। विपुल, महान, असीम मैत्री, बगैर किसी वैर के, बगैर किसी व्यापार के, सभी के प्रति और अपने प्रति। और इसी प्रकार बाकी तीनों ब्रह्म विहारों का भी व्याप्त करना सभी दिशाओं में। करुणा सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं फरित्वा विहरति तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थं इति ऊर्ध्वम् अधोतिर्यं सब्बदि सब्बत्तताय सब्बावन्तं लोकं करुणा सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महगतेन अपमानेन अवेरेन अव्यापज्येन फरित्वा विहरति। सारे विश्व में इस समय दुख ही दुख, तो अनंत असीम महान करुणा की आवश्यकता, सभी प्राणियों के दुख दूर हो, ऐसी शुभकामना हम सब की। मुदिता सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं फरित्वा विहरति तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थं इति ऊर्ध्वम् अधोतिर्यं सब्बदि सब्बत्तताय सब्बावन्तं लोकं मुदिता सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महगतेन अपमानेन अवेरेन अव्यापज्येन फरित्वा विहरति। दूसरों के सुख में सुखी होने का भाव, मुदित होने का भाव, उसको भी अपने लिए और सबके लिए ये शुभकामना कि हम सब दूसरों के सुख से सुखी हों। और अंत में उपेक्षा ब्रह्म विहार, सुख दुख हानि लाभ, जय पराजय, प्रशंसा अपयश, हर परिस्थिति में चित्त कंपायमान न हो, जैसा अभी हमने भद्देकरत्त सूत्र में भी सुना। चित्त हमारा समता में बना रहे, कंपायमान न हो, उसके लिए उपेक्षा भावना का सभी दिशाओं में व्याप्त करने का अभ्यास। उपेक्षा सहगतेन चेतसा एकं दिशं फरित्वा विहरति तथा द्वितीयं तथा तृतीयं तथा चतुर्थं इति ऊर्ध्वम् अधोतिर्यं सब्बदि सब्बत्तताय सब्बावन्तं लोकं उपेक्षा सहगतेन चेतसा विपुलेन महगतेन अपमानेन अवेरेन अव्यापज्येन फरित्वा विहरति। सभी ब्रह्म विहारों का सिरमौर, हर परिस्थिति में उपेक्षा भावना, और जो आधार बनता है मैत्री करुणा मुदिता को शुद्ध रखने के लिए, जो पारमी भी है, बोधि का अंग भी। तो यही शुभकामना कि हमारी उपेक्षा प्रतिष्ठित हो दिन प्रतिदिन, और सभी प्राणी, सभी भाई बहन सब उपेक्षा ब्रह्म विहार में विहार कर सके, ताकि लोक धर्मों से चित्त कंपायमान न हो। राजेंद्र जी हिंदी में।
आए हम चारों असीम गुणों को प्रकाशमान करें। मैं एक दिशा को मैत्री चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी। ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, मैत्री संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ। मैं एक दिशा को करुणा चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी। ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, करुणा संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ। मैं एक दिशा को मुदित चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी। ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, मुदिता संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ। मैं एक दिशा को उपेक्षा चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ, इसी प्रकार दूसरी, इसी प्रकार तीसरी, इसी प्रकार चौथी। ऐसे ही ऊपर और नीचे, आड़े तिरछे, चारों ओर, सर्वत्र अपने को एवं सबको, सभी लोगों को मैं विपुल, महान, असीम, निर्वैर, द्वेष रहित, उपेक्षा संपन्न चित्त से व्याप्त कर विहार करता हूँ।